What's up? It's your girl, Dr. Tureka Lewis, otherwise known as Dr. Lou, your partner in success and progress. I'm a doctor of education and a consultant, and I help people to succeed using training and education. Today, I'll be talking about how to incorporate self-care into your homeschool program and practice. Now, whether you're a homeschooling parent or a distance educator or a parent whose child is doing a combination, you're still going to find value in what I'm about to say. It's only going to take a few minutes and it's worth a listen. So I've been homeschooling for quite a while now, and I've also done some distance educating with my children. We've done all sorts of things because any successful educator is going to evaluate all your options and then utilize the best approach for the learner. And for my children, it's been different things at different times and different things for different kids. So I'm sure you can relate. Today's topic relates and is useful no matter which model that you choose, especially if you're homeschooling or distance educating, because of the added lift of responsibility for your child's education. So as it relates to self-care and why it's important for homeschooling families in particular, here's how I got the wake-up call about it. I was sitting there having a conversation with one of my kids, and they looked me in the eye and say, I hate school, I don't want to learn, I just want to play. Now, on the surface, people assume that kids always think like that, or some people say, my child has never thought like that. They're an academiac and they love learning. And listen, my kids love to learn. They're gifted in different ways, and I've assessed that both as a parent, but also as a professional educator and a consultant and instructional leader. So I understand the sentiment on both sides of the field. The fact is that I watched a child who was very social and very academically gifted still make straight A's but hate school. And the only thing they liked about it was their friends. And that was a wake-up call for me, and I had an opportunity to make a choice to really evaluate and do something better for them, and I made that move, okay? So the key to incorporating self-care came because I realized that kids need more than academics and PE and specials in order to keep learning, love learning, and build a life experience toolkit for success. So the first thing you want to do when incorporating self-care is to break up the activities throughout the day. Now, there are two ways to incorporate self-care into your day-to-day. The first one is to incorporate it into your practice. Every day, your kids should be taking breaks every hour or so or less. And during those breaks, they could be doing self-care activities. That could be working out for 30 minutes. That could be journaling for 5 minutes. That could be meditation, which is just concentrate on your breath while you listen to a song. Simple things, but things that are going to help them in body, mind, and spirit and emotions, right? You want to make sure that those things are balanced. So you want to hit as many of the domains of their life as you can. That's number one, incorporate it into the practice. Number two, you can incorporate self-care into your program. So you have what I call small bites that you may not do every day, but you do on a regular basis. And during those times, it may be short, maybe a little bit longer, depending on you and your kid. It may be formal, it may be informal, but you are teaching them. You're giving them the tools to build a better life. And so for us, sometimes it's financial literacy, sometimes it's social development, sometimes it's physical development. You know, sometimes it's what happens in your body when it transitions from being an adolescent to going into puberty. It depends, but you give them those life tools in such a way that it's a little more detached, a little less naggy, and a little more looking for their pain points, figuring out what they're going through and giving them the tools to deal with it. And you'll find that they will be receptive to all of that. Now, I use a tracker to keep track of what I'm doing and make sure that I'm hitting all my targets day to day. I'm just that type A personality. Trackers make me happy, or better yet, let's call it an agenda or a planner, but I use them. And what that does is it serves a threefold purpose. Number one, it keeps me on track. Number two, it helps to hold the child responsible for their day and the things that they need to do. They use it as a checklist. And number three, it helps them to get a dose of accountability. There are too many grown behind people walking around this world not knowing what it is to be accountable to anybody else and responsible for themselves. So the more you can do right now to prepare your child for a world in which they are responsible and accountable, the more successful they're going to be. These things have made my days more pleasant. It's made my children not only have better days, but it's made them grow up a little bit. And I'll tell you what else it's done. It's improved their mood, because if you're taking breaks and you're doing these things, you're working out and all this other stuff, there are so many scientific studies that tell you so many things that are going to happen just in your body alone that's going to help you to deal with these current times where they're taking in the stress around them, whether it's political or emotional or because of coronavirus. It will help your kids to not only navigate these times that can be stressful, but it's also going to give them tools for success. So I have a template for that checklist. If you'd like it, I'm happy to give it to you. Just drop a note in the comments saying I want my PDF, or DM me your email address and I'd be happy to get it to you. Comment or DM me any questions that you have, and you never know. If you like it, it just might show up in content on a later date. Until next time, it's your girl, Dr. Tureka Lewis. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I hope it was valuable for you. It was certainly a pleasure for me. Until next time, just know that I love you, I believe in you, and for now, I am out.